Bravo. Bravo. Wow. Oh, God. This was such a great episode. I mean, the past few episodes, there's been, like, little problems here and there. This one does have little problems, just tiny problems here and there. Itty-bitty, microscopic problems. But this episode right here, this was great. Man, there is just so much in here. Just so much great stuff. This is a great way for, you know, the Trickster to come in. This is a great intro for the Trickster. This was also, you know, a great story for a great Harrison Wells story, and it's a really cool explanation for who Harrison Wells really is, and his connection as the Reverse Flash. And just when you think you figured it out of how Eobard Thawne has managed to fool everyone, they pull something out and go, "Oh, that's how he did it." Wow. Yeah. So, I gotta say that all the flashbacks regarding the Reverse Flash were amazing, and yeah, all the present stuff was really cool. I love how they addressed, by the way, I love how they addressed the fact that Barry has been kind of fooling himself, because a lot of people have been saying Barry's an idiot for not, you know, suspecting Wells sooner of this kind of, you know, crazy shit. And to which I kind of agree. I was like, you think Barry would have caught on, you know, Barry would have had like an inkling of what's going on. But no, yeah, he's like, yeah, he even says, "Look, I was an idiot because I should have seen this coming," because he's out of everyone, he's the one who's always wanted me to go faster and you know, stuff like that. So I'm glad this is going to be the end game for Reverse Flash coming up soon. By the way, in those promos, we got to see the new costume for the Arrow, and looks cool. I just kind of wish they didn't spoil that. And also, we have another break. Wonderful. Well, this one won't be so bad. It's only until April 14th. Yeah, so it's not that long, but it's several weeks away. And, well, it's not too far away, but why another break? We just got back from the previous one. Come on. Come on, stop with the breaks. You're killing me, CW. You're killing me. Anyway, so with that being said, everyone across the board except Iris was pretty good. Everyone around, and I'll say why Iris wasn't good, because she comes off really dumb. Like when, you know, she goes to Eddie, and I gotta say, I don't hate Eddie. You know, I don't think he's a great character. You know, he's kind of growing on me though. He's not like one of my favorite characters on the show, but I don't hate him. Eddie Thawne is a very interesting character. He's almost like I think the writers are trying to make him this continuity's Tommy. I think they're trying to make him Eddie this continuity's Tommy, unless in that one part of the promo where we see him shooting cops, he guess he's going to become really evil. But for right now, yeah. Anyway, so with that being said, yeah, she just takes his word for, oh, he's in Brazil. Yeah, don't take any of your coworkers who've known him longer don't run this by the other coworkers who have worked with your boss longer. But yeah, just believe me, okay? Also, I love how Eddie calls BS, just calls total absolute BS on, the whole thing of like, look, we're keeping secrets to protect Iris. And to which he's like, no, that's a terrible idea, but we'll talk about this later, because right now, you've been keeping secrets from me that Barry is the Flash. And I was so surprised. I was like utter shock. I was just completely shocked that, Barry revealed himself to both, to Eddie. And I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming. So, really curious to see how that's gonna, play out further now that Eddie knows that, Barry is the Flash, and he knows that Iris has a lot of attraction to the Flash. So now he just feels a little more threatened, doesn't he? Yeah. Anyway, So, I do also love the conversations between Joe and Barry. I love that conversation where he's like, I'm still hanging out with it, I have to trust the guy who probably killed my mother. I feel so stupid. Why didn't I see this sooner? And what Joe is like, Joe's just pretty much telling him flat out, look, I've been a cop for so long, all I can see is the bad in people. Your power is that you can always see the good no matter who it is. And I really like that. I thought, oh, that was such a great moment. So yeah. Also, I love that moment between Barry and his dad when he saves him from the trickster's trap. And and it's been 5 minutes in, you guys probably want me to talk about the trickster. I'll get to him in a second, but there's so much good in here, and the trickster's just the icing on the top of the cake, both of them. And I love that moment where he just takes off the mask and his dad is just like laughing and they're hugging, and I was like, oh, I love the moments between Barry and his father. I love those moments. But anyway, 6 minutes in, let's talk about the title villain of this story, the trickster. Dear Lord, Mark Hamill, you pull off a fantastic performance. My good friend Shades at Night, every week on his and Coolio Vids 101's podcast, they basically do these things called little character awards, like who was the best actor this week. I would give this to Mark Hamill. Well, for obvious reasons, Mark Hamill's big actor. But no, he is so good, and you can clearly tell in every scene he's in, he is loving this. You can clearly see on his face that he loves reprising his role as the trickster. And I love how they kind of mixed in the scenes of the 1990s Flash TV show as his original self, because what they've done is saying that James Jesse was the original trickster and terrorized Central City in the 90s. Around the same time as the original Flash TV show, and they actually had little screenshots, and I thought, oh, that's such a smart idea. Oh, that is so cool. So, yeah, Mark Hamill was so good in this role. And yes, you can clearly hear the Joker in his voice. I mean, yeah, I think that's what they're probably going for, but yeah, you can just hear in his laugh and how he kind of enunciates things, you can yep, I can hear Mr. J in there. I can hear good old Mr. J. So, man, that was I really liked that. I really dug that story, and that kind of... Also, it was really cool to see John Wesley Shipp and Mark Hamill together in the same scene. I was like, you couldn't help yourselves, could you, writers? Also, let me talk about this scene where he's, where James Jesse and Axel Walker, the second trickster, are talking and they're basically, what they're doing is he reveals to him, this big thing that he's his father, and he says, because Axel, and I was like, you're gonna do it, aren't you? I am your father. And I was like, you couldn't help yourselves, could you? Having Mark Hamill say that line. It's not like there's a big movie that he's a part of coming out this year, right? I know a lot of people that probably killed it for them. I was like, I don't care how corny and stupid that was. Mark Hamill made that work, and god damn it, did I love it. I can't be the only one who, when he said, I am your father, I was like, either that had to be ad-libbed. That had to be ad-libbed, because you can... something tells me that he just said, I am your father. And the directors were like, works. Oh, God. But yeah, also, just real quick on the Axel Walker trickster. He's pretty good. He's probably the trickster we're going to see more of. And probably, well, obviously Mark Hamill's more busy, but who knows, maybe I'd like to see him come back for a few more episodes. I'd like to see James Jesse come back. He probably won't be running around with the Rogues. That'll probably be Axel Walker, but I can imagine him being around in this continuity a bit more. I can definitely see him being in this being in this series a bit more, and knowing Hamill, because Star Wars can only go so far. I think he would probably be in this show a bit more. I think he would be in this show a bit more a few times over, but I don't really see him like in costume or whatever. Obviously, Mark Hamill's getting on in years. You can clearly see it on him in this episode, but he's still got it. I will say that he's still got it, and I can't wait to see him play Luke Skywalker. This was just a lot of fun with him. Yeah, there's just so much good in this episode. Iris being a little dumb, and also the whole thing of like he's just after Barry manages to get the bomb off of himself, and again I can't be the only one thinking of like Tower of Babel or the Justice League Doom animated movie when when the trickster strapped that bomb onto him. Excuse me, but yeah, I can't be the only one thinking that when the whole bomb went on there. And I love Wells' speech of teaching Barry, to vibrate through objects and, phase through them. Also, we finally get the name Speed Force. Actually, no, I think they've name-dropped the Speed Force in the earlier episodes. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, this is the first time they've actually, talked about this, they've mentioned the Speed Force. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Again, maybe they did that and I just forgot about it because we've gone through so many episodes and so many hiatuses. I tend to forget things sometimes, but yeah, I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time they've talked about the Speed Force in this show, and god damn it, I was so happy. But yeah, oh man, just such a great episode. Such a great episode. All around. Oh, man. So you guys tell me, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know what you think. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.